Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to see so many members in attendance as we begin this exciting journey. And trust me, this is an exciting journey. For those of you who may not know me, I am Pamela Johnson, the District 83 Director. And this program year, our team has been working diligently to upgrade our district website, making it more user-friendly, interactive, and truly a one-stop destination for everything District 83. I'm proud to share that we officially launched the new district website, tmd83.org, at our annual conference on May 2nd. At that event, we also had the honor of welcoming Toastmasters International CEO Dan Rex as our keynote speaker. And many of you were there, and I know you enjoyed it very much. This evening's presentation will be divided into two parts. First, we will walk through some of the key highlights of the new website. Then we'll move into a Q&A session, followed by the introduction of a potential new feature where we'll invite you to give your thoughts and feedback. I kindly ask that you save your questions for the designated Q&A portions. When that time comes, please use your virtual hand feature so that I can call on you in an organized way. Now, let's get started. For this presentation, I am pleased to introduce one of District 83's youngest members, Stephen Drapkin. Stephen has spent the past 2 years leading public relations efforts at his home club, Speak and Lead Toastmasters, and this year stepped up to serve as the public relations manager for District 83. Over the past year, he has truly transformed how our district communicates with its members, bringing fresh, creative energy to everything from promotions to digital platforms. The project you're about to see is one he helped build alongside our webmaster, Distinguished Toastmaster Tom Summers, and Distinguished Toastmaster Ravi Shankar. Outside of Toastmasters, Stephen runs his own brand strategy agency and serves on the advisory board of the Cauliflower Alley Club. Please join me in welcoming the District 83 Public Relations Manager and tonight's guide through our new district website, Stephen Drapkin.
Thank you very much, Pamela, and thank you everyone else for showing up and attending and giving an hour of your precious Wednesday night. I'm sure you have many other things you could be doing. I'm going to start by sharing the screen for the presentation that I have prepared for the new district website. And then, like Pamela said, I will open it up for 10 minutes of questions. There's a little bit of buffer time in there, so if we have some more questions, we can get to it, or if you want to just submit them in the chat after that, we could see how we want to handle that. Can everyone see my screen? So I will start. Ravi is also here, and Tom is not. They were both very helpful in getting this project accomplished. And Ravi, I know you said you didn't really want to speak, but if there's anything else that you need to jump into, just you can feel free to unmute and jump in anytime.
Sure, I will. Thank you.
The first feature of the new district website that I am proud to present is the easier to use interface. And as you could see, one of the main features of the menu is the fact that you can easily hover over the different sections and you can see what is under it. So this limits the amount of clicks that you have to go through to see where things are. We have the announcement bar, as you can see, scrolling by, and then we can customize that for any important announcements we have. We switched out before we had vertical scrollable tiles. And that was very limited in space because we didn't want you to have to scroll so far, especially because everything got stacked on mobile. Whereas now we have unlimited space with this carousel function, and can add as many tiles as we want. And then on the bottom, we have what are more permanent features on the website, although some of these will be switched out for the time in the Toastmasters year, whether it's conference or club officer training time or whatever the case may be. But these are just making some main functions of the website easy to find, so you don't have to search through the whole website. The next feature I'd like to go through is a updated Google Calendar using or updated district calendar using Google Calendar. And this has many different views you can use it for. But one of the main benefits of having this calendar on the forefront of the website is that any of these events will automatically have the Zoom links built in for registration on anything. Any events that need a tickets purchased, like the conference, can have the links right in there. You're also able to change the view like I just showed. So let me go back for 1 second. You're able to, district calendar. You're able to change the view with that button on the top right. It looks like two rectangles. And that'll either go into monthly, daily, or weekly, or click the full calendar at the bottom. And this should make it a lot easier to stay updated with what's going on in the district, because we always have so much going on, whether it's club officer training or it's the district events. However, this calendar is not for club events, which under the club section, if you go on the website, we do have a club calendar that is linked to our meetup that people can access through there to post their club events and promote those to the whole district.
So, Stephen, before you leave the page, I have to introduce my favorite feature on this page. It's the fact that you can see this page in 100 languages.
Oh yeah, I have a slide for that, Robbie. So thank you though.
So,
That's a very
yeah.
good feature. One of the other features on the website that we're still testing out, and it's something that will definitely evolve because technology is always evolving, but we wanted to get in on something that could answer people's questions, because there's things that people ask about, such as pathways, or who do I have to get in contact with, or any other questions that people have within the district. And we added this AI chatbot to hopefully answer most of the questions that people would have, so you don't have to always reach out and you can get an immediate answer on things. And here's just an example of what it would do if you asked it a question about pathways. And it gets all this information from other pages on the website, where here it gives a short explanation about pathways, and it'll link you to the page that you would find the relevant content on. As you can see here, it gives you the link to the pathways page, which I'll also go through in this presentation. One of the next features, and like Ravi was saying, is that this website can be translated into pretty much every language that exists. I don't know, I only know English and I don't know all the languages that exist, but this is using Google Translate, and I'm assuming they have pretty much all languages. And this was important because as we are an international organization, I'm sure a lot of people feel more comfortable reading and navigating in their native language. And this is something that should help them do so. This was just an example of going through a few of the languages. So here it translated everything into Dutch. Here it translated everything into Estonian. There's another language that I'm not going to try to pronounce, Hawaiian, which I didn't know they had their own language, and Spanish. But feel free, obviously, to test out all these features, and we encourage you to check out all parts of the website. One of the next main features of the website is the responsive design of everything. So this is an example of what it looks like on mobile. And this was designed to make it very easy to navigate on either your mobile device or a tablet, because we always have these things with us and sometimes it's more convenient to look on there, but you want it to be easy to do so you don't have to go on your computer. And this is something that was a priority in designing the website. Here is just a different version of the menu that's on the computer. It's just a drop-down mobile menu. So all you have to do is click the icon on the top right, and that will open up everything there. And everything on the homepage formats a little differently on here, so it's easy to view. On the back end of the website, this is a very useful feature in having analytics. And this does both benefit us in managing the website as well as for our members on the front end, because as you could see, this has many different analytics. So we could see how far people scroll, what are the most popular pages, where are people finding us on the website? Are these all internal versus external people? What type of devices are they finding this on? Are they using it on mobile, or are they using this on the computer? Where are they from? Here's some other analytics. This is a combination of Microsoft Clarity and Google Analytics on the back end. And one of the new features that's useful on here as well is seeing where we are ranked on AI. So that's something that we'll definitely take a look at in the future use of this website. And here are also anonymous recordings with AI summaries of the website that we can see. So we can see what are people using it for, and maybe they're having a hard time finding things. And this is how we would find that out. And we can adjust accordingly. Also, you could see that we get a heat maps, and these are for specific pages on the website, and we will be able to see how many people clicked on certain buttons. We could see how far people will scroll down on the page. So maybe there's some content is not engaging enough, and people aren't scrolling down as far as we need them to, or maybe we have to move some things around on pages. And we could also see what is the average time spent on each page. And these are all going to help us adjust things and make this website as useful as possible to our district. Pathways is always something that comes up when you talk to people in Toastmasters, and it's a very polarizing thing. Some people love it and some people don't, but we want to make it as a district as easy to use and give as much information as possible, which is why we added extended pathway support here. So our education chair, Janice Buffalo, helped a lot with some of these resources, and Ravi helped a lot in designing this page where we have the pathways manual here that will be useful for people. Janice created this presentation that we have for helping people finish their level 1 on whatever path they're on. We have specific trackers here for whatever path you're in to make it very easy. And this both applies to the legacy paths and all of the newer paths that were added. And this is something that we do plan on expanding on in the future to add any resources that we think may benefit people in their pathways journeys. The next thing is the district store, and this you can access from that button that I just showed. So if you scroll down on the homepage, you could either click that district store button on the bottom, or you can click the store in the top menu, and that will take you to our new district store. And we do plan on adding many other items, not just t-shirts in the future, but many other items as far as having a vast catalog. But right now you can still get your 2026 limited edition Level Up Conference t-shirt if that's something that you want to do. 100% of the money goes back to the district to support us and help us make our district the best it could possibly be. There's 2 colors on there if you want to look through those. Like I said, you could access that through tmd83.org and click the district store button. As far as future updates for the website, we do plan on having a District 83 history page, having a Hall of Fame page, doing a club growth and PR page to help everyone in the district, create centralized storage for all district leadership, have ongoing work with SEO to make this website more visible, and I will add a form for new feature requests, because obviously we have a lot of new people coming into the district from other districts, and there may be features that they had on their website that they want to suggest to us to take a look at, or there may be things that we haven't thought of that we want to hear everyone's opinions on. So that'll be something that we will be putting on the website soon. So I would like to open it up for any questions anyone has on the new website or any comments. We do have, I think I saved 5 minutes here, so we should be able to have maybe 10 or 15 minutes for questions.
Yes, and please use your virtual hand so that I can call on you. And I see Linda Starr immediately has her hand raised.
Hello. Thanks, Steve. Very interesting. It looks good. Well, how are you doing I'm sure you've thought of this. How are you doing the transitions if somebody goes to tm83.org, the previous page? Are they going to be forwarded to the new page? Or are they going to see a message saying, please go to TMD83 or?
Yeah, currently, if you type in tm83.org or tmd83.com, it will take you to tmd83.org directly.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thank you, Linda.
Okay,
Annette?
Annette?
Hi, Stephen. Just for my own knowledge, for the chat box, are you using which tool are you using? Are you using like the basic chat GPT or so that just goes and scours the internet for information, or are you using like an agentic AI?
We're using an AI chatbot that specifically all of the information is just taken from other pages on the website
Oh,
or
okay.
or taken from files we upload to make sure that all the information is accurate.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Ann Gilson.
Thanks, Pamela. Stephen, for incoming district leaders, would we be able to get a login so that we can enter things like our contest winners and training dates and other things going on in our divisions?
That is a capability of the
Yes.
website, it would be up to whoever the district director is and the webmaster to choose who gets the logins for what specifically, but that is a capability for the website.
Yeah, so the idea was to make it simple so that anybody can use it, anybody authorized to use it. So if somebody expresses interest, they can certainly do it. And this website you don't have to code to do this. Most of it is what you see is what you get. You just pull stuff. So the more the merrier. So yes.
Thank you.
Okay, before I get to the next hands, Laura Newton in the chat asks, what does a ranking in AI mean?
Ranking in AI would mean that similarly to how you search on Google and certain websites would pop up organically, there are certain sources and different answers that people will get based on the prompts in AI. So if we're trying to target people that want public speaking and we want Toastmasters Toastmasters District 83 in this area to come up as the answer to that, then we would like it most commonly to bring that up every time that Toastmasters is what you go to for public speaking. And we want to be ranked as highly as possible for as many people as that use AI to search that. Does that answer your question?
I will say probably does.
Yes, we were muted in
Okay.
limited
All right.
portion, so.
Okay. Edith.
Thanks, and I love the new website. Can I share my screen for a sec? What happens when I navigate on the site?
Okay. Pamela, how do I let someone share?
It's just I'm getting like some malicious. I know it's not malicious, but on my work computer, I'm blocked from something. So I don't know if that's something you want me to follow up with you offline.
If you're
Yeah, we could definitely follow up.
If it's a work computer, it's most likely a work setting. They're blocking you.
Yes, because it blocks me from my work computer as well, because we have all the security, and I know your organization does too. So it's your setting. It's not something that we can do from our end.
Okay. Thank
you. Okay. Marcia?
And please let us know if you have problems like that. If many people can't get to a particular form, I think you're accessing a file that's probably stored on a Google Drive or something. We can consider moving it to a different place.
Okay, Marcia?
Yes, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Love the website. Love that it is now WordPress, that they have stepped up their game. Whoop, whoop. Quick question. As the district program admin, what is my title? What is it? Administrator. Yeah, you know what I mean. Is there going to be a slot where we are able to house all of our meeting minutes and documentation so that we don't have to go to Google Drive and eventually, pay a fee for storage or something? Is there going to be a slot there that's only accessible to, I guess, the trio or the district leaders? Or is that coming soon?
I know we do plan on having a OneDrive for all district leadership to store things. Whether it would be better to store those in a OneDrive or somewhere on the website, that would be something to take a look at for sure.
Yeah, it would be great if it could be on the website as a one-stop shop, easily accessible.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that more. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions before we move on to the second part? Going once, going twice. Ah, James. No, I get somebody.
Thank you for this presentation. I appreciate all the hard work that you did, and it's good to know that this is based on WordPress. I am the webmaster for District 53, and I'm very glad to share this time with you. Have you considered accessibility guidelines or standards as you design this website?
We've looked at things as far as trying to make things fonts big enough for people to read, because I know that was something that we had to take a look at for the newsletters, and we had people reach out about that. As far as anything else, we would have to look further, and maybe there's some things that we would have to adjust, but I'd love to talk with you about it further.
Sure. Thank
Yeah.
you. Did you design, did you, I mean, you mentioned things like Google Drive and AI chatbots, and maybe this is a theme that you designed yourself?
It's using,
Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, we on top of even WordPress is not easy to manage because you can do anything with it. So we were strongly recommended by many Toastmasters district that one of the better options is to use Elementive on top of WordPress. So that's what we're doing. And as part of Elementive, we found a theme called Blocksy, and there was another Blocksy child or something that was more suited for it's not that we needed too many fancy things to show, we just needed some blocks to show our Toastmasters colors. So we set it up to the standard Toastmasters colors. So it's easy to create a new page, spin off a new page if you want. So we use a theme called Blocksy on Elementive on WordPress.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And James, what we did, because we've been working on this for about a year now, what we did was we looked at some different districts and we reached out and talked to different webmasters in different districts about certain features that we liked. So we kind of cherry picked certain features, found out what type of platforms they were using, the pros and the cons. We worked on all of that, and this is what we settled on.
Yeah, and to extend that, we also heard their horror stories about people who outsourced their, and it's not even a joke, it's quite serious. They outsourced and paid a lot of money and got something done, and they couldn't extend it, or they couldn't get the code. The person went away, so we kind of started off with the premise that we want about 4 or 5 of us to be able to access this and it should be easy to use. So a lot of things went into this planning. So hopefully we wouldn't have to throw it all out and start again, which many districts warned us that they had to do.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All right, let's move to the second part of this presentation, which is more of a proposal, I would guess, Stephen. So let's get going.
Yeah, thank you, Pamela. The second part of this, I know everyone probably saw this on the graphic or the emails you received, is a proposed member hub concept. And I'll show you guys the capabilities of the software that we would do this with, and also explain what some possible use cases are. And then the next step would be I'm going to put up a poll after I'm done demoing it. And if we get enough interest in this, then this is something that we'll consider. And if not, then we probably won't consider it. But hopefully we get interest in it, and hopefully this is something that you guys find useful, as I believe it is. Let me share.
Stephen, I would suggest that after you do the presentation, do a Q&A before you put up the poll, because they may have more questions.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have the 10 minutes allotted, so we could do it somewhere in there.
Thank you.
Let me share my screen. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, so like I said, this is an example community that I'm actually a part of in my business, but this is a very, very good software called Circle, and this would be the District 83 member hub. And this was an idea born out of the concept of bringing people out of their clubs and making this feel like we are District 83 and we're all Toastmasters and that we should all be connected. And this is something that I think that's something that would definitely benefit our corporate clubs for getting in touch with everyone else. Definitely help bring our areas together and hopefully have some more joint events within the district, and also help maybe some professional speakers, aspiring professional speakers, business owners, network with everyone within the district, and many other positive things that would come out of this. So I'll show first. The first thing that we would have in this software would be a complete member directory with individual profiles and logins for each of our members. So an example of this would be I'll use an example profile here, would be, let's say someone created their own profile, they had their own login, and you're able to put whatever profile picture you want, whatever you want to name yourself. Keep in mind, we're able to set whatever privacy settings or moderate this in any way possible. So there's not a concern of privacy really with this. But people with their own individual profile would be able to be tagged in whatever they do within the district. So they could put that whatever their club officer roles are, whatever clubs they're a part of, whatever their district roles are. You can make that very easy for people to find. You could put a short description about yourself and a longer bio, and maybe where you're from or whatever other information you'd like to enter. And in your individual profile, you would also get the ability to put whatever you want to in the link section. So you could put, maybe you have a business that you want people to be able to learn about, and you could put your own business website here and people can get in touch with you there. Maybe you want to put your Instagram and LinkedIn, Facebook, and have people connect with you there and connect with more Toastmasters that way. Then that's something you can definitely put all the links to here. And you could also, instead of having to search for people's emails from other clubs, we would also have the ability to direct message right in the app. This is something that we can give certain permissions to, but you wouldn't have to get anyone's contact information necessarily, because you would be able to contact people directly through the direct messaging function. Also, another part of this software would be the fact that on the back end, this would have to be managed. However, on the front end, this would just function with a login button on the current website that I just demoed. And it would be a login button on the menu for the member hub. And it would take you to the login page on this, and it would work seamlessly in accessing it just from TMD83 and work as an extension of the website, as well as it would give people a mobile app with a login that people would be able to access wherever they go. You would be able to turn on or turn off whatever notifications you would want through there. So we would be able to send out centralized internal announcements through it, but you would be able to see those both through the website and on a mobile app for whatever people's preferences are. Some more features of what this would include would be a centralized location of trainings and workshop signups. So you'd be able to look at any of the different trainings and RSVP through here and get the email with the link sent to you and as a confirmation. But you'd also be able to add it to your calendar, see who the attendees are, read about it, and join whichever ones you would like directly through here. So sometimes the confirmation emails with the links get buried in emails upon emails upon emails, and you'd just be able to go back in the app or on the website and find the Zoom link, store it here, and make it very easy to join. We'd be able to store all of session replays in one place so people can find them easily here. And another goal behind this would be to have different chat rooms for different purposes. So maybe we'd have a chat room just for people to introduce themselves when they join the district. Or maybe we would have the section where people can ask general questions. Maybe we would have this section for when people can share their wins in both their Toastmasters and professional and personal lives. Maybe we would have different public and private groups for maybe just clubs in a certain area, or people in a certain club officer role that can connect with each other, or people within a certain district role or group like the trio or different groups. And these are things that I would love to take a look at and see what are the possibilities and ideas, because I think the possibilities of this would be endless as far as what we could use different chat rooms for. Some other options would also be putting resources for people. So we could put some courses in here directly for guiding people on pathways and how to complete the paths, and each maybe put modules for each project, or to put certain resources for how to get their DTM or becoming a professional speaker or anything else that we want to put in here. We can store that all also within the software. Maybe there would also be some uses for people putting some resources they like. So I'm a big reader, and this is something that I like. Maybe it would be beneficial if people can put in here what books they like and what books they've learned from, or any resources people have found online, like podcasts they listen to, or videos or articles on speaking, or anything else they want to get better at. There's also the way in here where we would be able to see engagement, and maybe we would be able to give incentives for the people that are most engaged within this and within the district. Like I said, with the tags, we can give people the certain tags, so it's very easy to find who has certain district roles, people from certain clubs. You'd be able to select those tags, so you could be able to select people within certain clubs or with certain roles and make that very easy to find, so you can just filter through those very easily. We would have the workshop and training event calendar through here as well that you can take a look at, and this would be very easy to navigate for people. And then there's many other possibilities for what we can use this for, and it would take some ideation once we would be in more of the consideration and implementation phases of this project. But I have felt that this is something that if we can bring people out of the clubs and really get people connected in different clubs, in different areas, really expand people's networks, get people engaged, then that's something that I believe will help our district a lot, not only our regular members, but maybe it will help our area directors in getting some engagement within their own area and being able to reach out to everyone. Maybe it would help people manage the contest because you could have certain rooms for managing the contests or any other district leadership roles that have people that you have to communicate with. And I think that's all the functions that I was intending on showing out of this. In the future, I would like to take a lot of ideas for what other use cases people could think of with this, but I would like to leave some time now to open it up for questions of the community.
We have one in the chat that I'll go to. Well, actually, Marcia, you have your hand up, so I'll let you ask the question.
Thank you for that. I am loving the member hub. It has so many possibilities, and a couple of them you mentioned already, Stephen. Yes, I vote yes for it. One question I do have, I saw where there was a tab for a leaderboard. So we could run contests or little engagement activities. What kind of rewards? Like a Toastmasters t-shirt or a free badge or something?
Whatever the budget would allow for, I suppose.
Oh, we got a big budget. We got a big budget.
You have a big budget. We don't have a big budget.
Unless you want to sponsor some people's gifts, then that would be nice. But
yes, I vote yes for this member hub. It has so many positive possibilities and even subtle reinforcements along the way. So yes, got my vote.
So Thank you. Like I said before, there will be a poll in a few minutes, so make sure you're paying attention during the poll, and there's some options there. There is a yes option in there that you can choose. So thank you.
I do have a question. You mentioned about it also carrying the calendar. Is that going to be double work for the website calendar and this, or will it feed off of the website calendar?
There are ways to integrate it. Google Calendar is very good with connecting to other calendars, so I'm sure there's a way that we could have it feed. Just before we take any more questions, I could just show you just an example of what this would look like on mobile. So here's an example of the mobile app, and it functions very much in the same way where it would just be an icon on your home screen. You would click on the Circle mobile app, and all the same functions that you had on the website version you would have here. So you would have all the member profiles, you would have the leaderboard through here, the direct messages, you could all access that through this mobile app with your own login.
Okay. Before I get to the next hand, Scott in the chat asked, what is the TMV? I'm assuming that's Toastmaster value. Scott, can you clarify?
I don't know. It was in the section about managing the back end, the front, and the log and all that. And there was something about TMV, some term that,
That was in the community, or that was in?
That was in the social media connection and all that. I'm sure it's
the analytics page.
Yeah, I don't know, but
oh, that was back on the website. Maybe.
Whatever. It's not real critical. I mean,
yeah, I can take a look at that if we have time on the meeting. I'll definitely backtrack and take a look at.
Okay.
Oh, it's not critical. I mean, whatever that phrase is, according to your end, I'll just put my email here, and then you can just, if you find that, then you can just shoot me a little email. It's not critical, but I'm sure I'm surprised not a lot of District 53 of the Fairfield County group was there, but I'm sure eventually they'll pop along when it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Rich Holmes.
Thank you, Pamela. I think this community is awesome. This will be a members only section, so people will log in to use it. Correct?
Yes, this would be a members only section.
And it'll be branded for our Toastmasters district.
Yeah, so it would have the Toastmasters logo, Toastmasters District 83, all the brand colors. Everyone would receive a link to create their own login.
I think it's going to be awesome. And I can see so many uses for it as the area director being able to communicate with my area, everyone to be able to communicate with each other, getting information to them and from them much more efficiently. I think this would help in that way. I also think that if there's a resources area, that may be the area where we can store the contest resources that Sarah was sending out, where we have all these links and there's a Google Drive, but it might be better if it was here and we can just get to it there. I think that would help. And it may solve some of the stuff you were talking about, the OneDrive and Google Drive. I dislike Google Drive, make that very clear. But it may be better to store this stuff here where people can access it as long as you're a member or you have whatever rights you need to that folder. So I think this is going to be fantastic, to be honest. I definitely would vote yes for this.
Thank you very much. And before we get to the next question, I did want to mention one more thing about another thought behind this, and we would have to see what the use of this would be. But some of this would be, we would still do internal announcements across email and social media and anything else we feel we have to do announcements on. However, I do think that it does open up some space on social media and within the email newsletters and everything else, and maybe even in here, to have spaces for more educational content, which is something that I'm very big on getting out in different forms. Maybe that's videos, more articles, more posts, but that's something that I definitely feel we should have more throughout the district.
Okay, and before I get to you, Anne, Marcia put in the chat that Copilot says that TMV is total media value within marketing analytics. It is a metric used to evaluate the success and return on investment of influencer marketing campaigns. That makes sense.
Oh, thank you, Marcia.
That makes sense.
That's news to me. Thank you.
Okay. Ann Gilson.
Thank
you guessed the right word.
I like the site. My only concern is that you might have some members who, and I hate to play devil's advocate, but you might have some members who don't necessarily want to talk to other people for good reason. A bunch of years ago, Cindy and I started a club at the FBI office in Newark, and that club isn't around anymore, but those members did not want people to know they were at the FBI. They didn't want people to know they were Toastmasters, so maybe just built in some privacy blocks so that you can't find certain people if they really don't want to be found.
Okay.
But I like the site. I think it's great stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Thank you.
Thank you. Edith?
I think this is fantastic. And I actually had tipped to Marcia because you were probably going to get to this panel, but the question in the chat about, is this site going to be monitored at all? Like just in case something inappropriate or was there going to be a disclaimer that when you join the site, you understand it, we understand it won't be monitored, blah, 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 blah. And lastly, all members in District 83 aren't required to be part of the hub. Is that right? It's like you opt in?
Yeah, no one's forced to do anything. It's just the opportunity is required to be presented to everyone, but they would not be forced to join. They would just hopefully from the benefits of it. And it's not realistic that every single person is going to join because you might have some older people that just don't like this type of stuff, don't like the use of technology, or anyone else that might find another reason they don't want to use it personally, which is fine. But that's totally up to them. As far as monitoring, the goal is to have at least one person or multiple people managing it, and they would be the people that also moderate for anything else as far as privacy or anything that would need to be removed. Those are things that they would handle.
Mm-hmm. And just to add to that, and this is a little plug for Stephen, who will continue as our public relations manager next program year, starting July 1st. He is looking for a team. So if you're interested in public relations and would like to take one of the many roles that he is going to have available, please let him know.
Yeah, right now the team is just me and Pamela. So if you want to be the third member, you got to contact me quickly. But
You have Ravi.
Ravi's a webmaster. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can't forget him.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that's not under me, but yeah.
Well, it's part of your team. It's not, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
So it'll be social media, the newsletter, the website.
Yeah, some of those things are going to be management of the community if we go forward with it. Some management of social media, which doesn't necessarily mean making the post, but someone else would probably be making a lot of the posts and they would just be sent to you and you'd be told when to schedule these out for. Some I would need a person for educational content specifically. It is a goal to have someone handling public relations, so that would be helping out with press releases and media lists and dealing with all of those type of things. And then anything else that we think is going to be beneficial, I'd have to brainstorm. And it's also about meeting people where their skill set is. So there's an aspect of maybe there's a skill set that you have that I haven't thought of applying to our district, but there might be something to talk about there.
I can raise my hand to that. Just a little. July, right? July. Okay.
Any other questions regarding this perspective tool? All right, Stephen, since I don't see any other questions, feel free to launch your poll.
Okay. Let's see.
Pamela, you can correct me. I believe we also consolidated some bills, right? By moving to the new platform with the website. The security, everything came bundled with our new domain provider.
Oh yeah, that all came with the website. Yeah. People can see the poll. Well, there's a lot of answers, so it seems like yeah.
Just one question. Yep.
Only one question.
Question. Yeah. We try to make it simple for people.
Yeah, life is complicated enough.
Does it? Oh, it tells you. Okay, we only have 2 people left to answer. Oh, one more.
You should be able to solve the problems in the world. Just go to China or Iran. You should be able to solve the problems. Just from what I've seen, of you guys. So.
Oh, okay. Everyone answered the poll, so thank you. And the next steps would be all of us as district leadership will discuss it and see what the logistics would look like of and what the results are and what we would like to do going forward with this. So I do thank everyone for attending tonight.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Stephen, aren't you going to share the results of the poll with us? You're going to let us go and wonder?
Oh.
Everybody saying
Well, he can't let you go until I let
leadership.
Yeah,
Can you at least let us know how we
What are the
voted?
results?
Don't leave us hanging.
We had
We got to turn on the 11 o'clock news.
right now we had 69%, 22 out of 32 people said absolutely. Five people, which is 16%, said yes, and 5 people, 16% said a little bit, but I'm sure we can get a little bit up to a yes if we try hard enough. So we'll see.
So majority of, all right, before we close out.
There were no people who said no?
No one said no.
No one said
Then
no.
it's a yes. Let's get this thing.
Let's get this thing.
Hey, don't push it. Before we close out, I have to do a couple of plugs. Obviously, District 83 If anyone here or any of your club members are interested in being a district leader for the new term 26-27, we are looking for area directors, division directors, an education chair, conference chair, as I mentioned, public relations team, and so much more. If you want to get involved, if you want to learn a little bit more about the district and how it works, please reach out to us. Also, if you haven't already seen, we have been launching some specialty clubs, a few of which will definitely be chartering next month. We have a specialty club for podcasting, one for professional speakers, one for what we're calling Caribbean Roots, a humor club, and one for business owners and entrepreneurs. You can find more information. I think it's on the website. I'm not sure if you put it on the new website yet, but if not, feel free to reach out to me and I will be more than happy to share that information with you. But just so that you know, the podcast and the professional speaking one, we are about to put the paperwork in for that. So if you are interested, please let me know if you would like to be a charter member. We do have recordings on our YouTube website of the interest meetings that will give you more information about those clubs. That's all I have. Kadian, do you have anything you would like to add? And yes, all of those clubs will be virtual.
No, you did everything, Pamela. Thank you.
Okay, and if you go on the district website, you click on the YouTube icon to get to our YouTube website.
Love it.
All right. And if you have any other questions after this that you didn't think of during this meeting, feel free to reach out to Stephen. I'm sure he will be more than happy to answer your questions.
Yeah, I'll put my email in the chat, or you can just go on the new website to on tmd83.org. If you go under district leadership, my email, the button to email me is under there, but this is my email address. I'll put it in the chat right now.
I love it. The one-stop shopping for everything you desire as a Toastmaster in District 83. What a way
That's
to
what we're aiming for. And don't forget, Stephen, we'll have a form on there. So if anyone has recommendations or ideas that you think will help even enhance our website further, we are open to hearing those as well.
Before we go, can everybody come off camera and really show what we feel about this? Because I don't know about you, but I am super enthused and excited. And I want to hear from District 83 members. Let's get a whoop, whoop, rah, rah, rah up for Stephen and his team for this website. Come on, we can do it. Aren't you excited? I know I am.
Yes.
Come on. Yeah, let's hear it. This is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Good job, Stephen.
Thank you.
Yes, hear it up for them. That's right.
Oh
Great
gosh,
job.
our in-house cheerleader.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right, thank you, everyone. Appreciate you taking out time tonight, and I hope you are happy with the product.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Have
Thank
a
We
good
having a
night.
trio meeting?
No,
Oh, nothing after this? Oh, okay.
not for you. Would you like a meeting after this? I will gladly set one up just for you.
Okay.